I can't wait for that cook-off together with Daniel Bedingfield a little bit later. Don't miss it. It's going to be very manly, as Graham rightly said. But right now, as you guys know, we are busy renovating our studio, and we can't wait to reveal the next phase tomorrow. But part of that phase involves our vertical garden here behind me that has got some brand new plants. And we were with Stephen this morning from Garden Up to tell us what has changed and also why this trend of gardening just caught on so quickly. Stephen, nice to have you, man.
Hi there. Good.
Cool. So what has changed? What have you added to our beautiful looking wall here?
Well, we've just added some orchids,
Yeah.
basically just to add a little more color.
Yeah.
The reason why I think vertical gardens is such an up-and-coming trend is it really allows you to garden in places that you couldn't before. You know, obviously horizontal spaces, there's not a lot of it, so it's just a great trend.
I mean, it creates such a nice effect at home. I mean, look at this; it just livens up this inside studio. But how does it work? Are there different types of vertical gardens or living walls, as they're known as well?
Yeah. It actually goes by a variety of names: living walls, bio walls, wall gardens.
Okay.
There's many methods. You can have massive vertical gardens covering whole buildings, down to little frames, which is just like living artwork, basically.
Yeah.
In terms of the methods, you could use soil. This garden over here is actually hydroponic, so it's not growing with any soil. It's growing in a special material.
Oh, wow.
And there's water and nutrients in the reservoir, and there's a timer that comes on a few times a day to water the plants. So it's automated.
Okay, so it basically takes care of itself. You don't have to worry about it, and it looks just beautiful all the time around.
Yeah, the idea is you want to get plants that are covering the wall the whole time. So flowers are sort of like the cherry on top. Your idea is that you want the plants to cover the wall to have that effect, so you can't actually see the growing medium.
So what is the absolute necessities to have or to look at when you want a wall like this, or when you have a wall like that?
Well, like any plants, what's really important is sunlight, water, nutrients, and a medium for the plants to grow in. Plants don't actually need soil, so it's not always essential for soil. And soil is heavy, so obviously when you're growing stuff vertically on a wall, you want it to be as light as possible.
Exactly.
So particularly if you're doing a big wall or a big vertical garden, it's best to use hydroponics or non-soil method.
And because you have plants growing literally up a wall, are you limited to what you can use? Or
no, there are many different plants you can use. You've just got to choose the right plants for the situation. So for example, here we're inside, we're using low-light subtropical plants, but if we were outside, especially in Cape Town, succulents will work really well for our dry summers.
Yeah, so you can literally be creative as well, as long as it's not too heavy.
Yeah, you definitely want to do your homework, and then you also got a sort of a little bit of trial and error. But there are many methods. I mean, I've got one I'm testing at home. I've got fish in the reservoir, and then I feed the fish, and then what happens is the fish excrement actually gets used in the garden, and the plants grow from that. So it's sort of like a natural way. And another one I actually have is connected to the toilet. So when you flush the toilet and the cistern fills up, it gets some of that water and it actually waters the garden.
Man, you can
there's a lot of fun you can have.
Yes, no wonder it's catching on so quickly. But of course, you can have one at home as well. Visit our website, expressoshow.com. We'll put all Stephen's details up there. That's what he do. He's a professional in this living walls, garden, vertical things, whatever. Looks great, man. Thanks a lot.
Great,
nice to have you.
Pleasure.
Great stuff. So stick around. We're going to take a quick break. That cook-off coming with Daniel Bedingfield is going to be awesome. Don't go anywhere.